Hello everyone, and happy Monday. I'm so excited to have Jaclyn here today. Jaclyn's going to talk about her experience with working together. Jaclyn's here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 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 Okay, Jaclyn,
Thanks.
tell everyone what you do.
So I'm a holistic health coach and digestion specialist. So I specialize a lot in gut health.
Sorry, you specialize in? I didn't hear that because my child was trying to summon me. I don't know if you guys heard that, but sorry, continue.
Okay, yeah. So I'm a holistic health coach and digestion specialist.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. And Jaclyn, by the way, you guys, was in Michigan when we first started working together. And then she moved to California. She was just like, California vibes all the way. This is where I'm meant to be. And then she went to Mexico and she was like, wait a second. Los Cabos is where I was meant to be this entire time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you're living there. So congratulations on all the moves.
Thank you. Yeah. Was a huge part of me working with you was launch my business online so that I can be wherever I decide I want to be. And along the way have just been deciding that this is it now and maybe it's going to be something different in a little bit,
It's amazing. I love it. I love it. All right. So tell us a little bit more of where you were before we started working together.
Yeah. So I started working with you last year inside the pandemic. Um, at the time, I was about 50% in person and 50% online. You want me to share numbers and different stuff like that, or what do you feel?
It's totally up to you, like how much you want to share. I remember
Yeah.
it was so interesting in our conversation because you were just like, you had seen a spiritual medium, I think, a few weeks before. I
Yeah.
loved that story.
That somebody with business with the letter S, maybe Sarah. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And then, you reached out to me. So I thought that was pretty crazy. I haven't seen her in a while. I think maybe time to have another session with her. But so we met and I knew I wanted to launch in this direction. And I was obviously completely starting over without being able to see anyone in person. And a lot of people were resistant to telehealth at the time. And I was connected with another clinic. And I wanted to get away from the clinic and start to produce my own lead generations and really hone in on my own business. So I probably went from JRW, my company, from being 25% of my income to now it being 75% of my income, so it's my full-time job where it was sort of like a part-time job. And everything I do is completely online. So I can be anywhere I want to be. And I actually, right before this call, was finishing my updated Mexico weekly work schedule, which is the best thing ever. And I love sharing that with people because it's so helpful to keep me organized. And I think that's the biggest thing. I was super unorganized. I had no foreseeing of the future with the business, and now that's where I feel like I got the most out of working with you was okay, there's a plan.
Yes, exactly, getting the plan in place. And you were always like, I feel like I'm all over the place and I need something, I need structure.
Right.
So what are all the things that you feel like you've gained since having me as a coach or since having me as a mentor?
Yeah, that's a good question. I definitely think the organization is number one. I know I kind of just said it, but to break it down a little bit more, it's okay, to have intention, weekly intentions, to have focus on a certain thing, where I had nobody organizing my thoughts that way. I do tend to think a little bit more creative. So I would spread myself thin over, oh, this is my new idea. Oh, this person's doing that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then I would have maybe sell one in each thing. And it would only amount to under $1,000 to now where we're doing launches and different stuff like that, where it can go anywhere from, 2 to 6K generating, from one specific thing. Although hoping this new launch we're doing will be triple that.
Even more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is
so
what
it's just
planning for.
Yeah, the growth and understanding business and how to grow in business. you know, you always meet people in your life and you're like, well, if I would have met you 2 years ago, blah, 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 but there's a reason for it. So I think it's following along with the growth of me personally. And I think the organization, the planned growth, understanding the growth, and the pre-seeding, that was really beneficial for me to learn how to pre-seed, have a conversion event, and then sell. That was really beneficial, and I hope to grow more in that too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. I'm so excited for everything that you're doing. I love how much we've really worked on systems for you as well, because even when we started working together, it was just like, okay, you had some stuff going on because you had worked with a few other programs before, but this is like what really was just like, okay, here's what we don't like. Here are the gaps, right? And
Hmm.
like, here's how we're gonna fill all of those gaps.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
And what was your favorite part about working with me?
Well, somebody asked me this the other day. I had a friend in town and they were like, "Oh, I just feel like what I've seen from your business lately has been like has been so on point. And, you know, really like the messaging is clear, right?" So she said, "What do you do?" I said, "Well, I have a business coach, and working with this business coach has been the best investment I've ever had." And they were like, "Well, why did you choose your business coach?" And I said, "Well, she has the life that I want." Right? So I think it's really important to find people who you like resonate with their life, you know, like having your family unit and having the freedom of living wherever you guys want to live, and then building your beautiful community and having your child. It's like that's all something that I'm manifesting and working towards. So if I'm working with somebody who already has it, it's like I know they're going to guide me, and it's not going to be just like, "Oh, well, you want it, but I don't really know how to get there," you know? So,
Ah, I love that.
yeah. So,
That's so powerful.
yeah, yeah. So I think the best thing of working with you is that you understood the life that I wanted to have. And I keep saying life, not business, because my business was controlling my life. And now I live a life and I have a business. And so it's like now I really am living in balance. And you taught me a lot about, this is another thing that you taught me a lot about, of, you know, breaking through that pattern of you can't be successful without exhausting yourself and not feeling well, and being having a balance. So that's the one of the biggest things.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And you know what's really interesting is that I've had a few other clients who told me the same thing, like you have the life that I really want. And I remember in 2017 still being in my 9 to 5, and it's a very different energy that you have and that you really have to embody to be able to do
Hmm.
what you did and to be able to do what I did, right?
Hmm.
Like you moved from Michigan. Like Michigan was your home base. That's where all of your security was. All of my security was in Toronto,
Right.
right? And to move from all of your security and to be like full on in isn't just like a strategic thing that you do in your business. It
Right.
really isn't. So much of it is about embodying who you want to become and really utilizing all of the spirituality and kind of everything that I teach. And I love how you said that because it's so true. Like I've worked with other people before, and it's a very different energy when you're truly living something where you're almost like living on the edge, and
Hmm.
you're living on the edge of what you know that you can truly do, right? Like you're living on the edge of your true potential. And I feel like there's no better feeling there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then once you realize it, I even wrote this down. I have a post coming up that I'm going to do where I'm going to tag you in it, where I say that, what do I say? What did I say? I said, you know, it, Sarah basically JRW'd me. Like the way that I coach my clients is exactly the way you coach me, but in business. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh wow, like it's not, I always say coaches need coaches too. Like it's so easy for me to assist other people, but then, you know, when I have to look at myself, sometimes you're like, you're blocked, you're limited, you can't really see beyond that. But you can see, as you know, the way you coach, you can see outside of why someone's struggling and make it super simple, and say like, what do you say, you don't have to do more, you just have to refine, or something like that. Yeah, it's like about refining. And that's kept me more on track than anything, you know, before.
Beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so finish this sentence, okay? So if people were to work with me, they would know that.
For you or for me to
For
work with
me.
you,
So
right?
if people were to work with me, they would know that.
If people were to work with you, they would know that it's not as hard as they think it is,
Yeah.
and that it's truly stems from limited beliefs and patterns that we carry inside of ourselves that keep us from reaching these goals, and that you are really good at like combing through the shit. I can say that on your show, right?
Of course, of course.
Being able to identify quickly in a session, like, okay, we're going to go right to that because that's where we need to go, you know?
Good. Oh, amazing. I love that answer. I haven't had an answer like that yet. I'm just going to go to Cynthia had a question.
Sure.
Is there a checklist for people who are dreaming about doing this digital nomad life? And why is it so important to hire a business coach to get there?
Okay. Yeah.
What is
I
your
love.
checklist for living a digital nomad life?
Right. So business coach, yeah, like that's a good thing. The right business coach to help you keep on track. And it's not a checklist to help you integrate into Latin America. It's a checklist to keep you focused, because it's so easy for me here to become unfocused, right? Like my friend came in this weekend, and I wanted to take him all around and show him everything, and then that's like an extra day off work, and it's like easy just to be like, oh, island life or whatever. So definitely have the business coach, definitely have that schedule, your weekly work schedule. And so I just got finished actually scheduling in like beach days or island time.
Yay!
Like, so like if I'm sitting here at my desk and I'm getting frustrated because it's beautiful outside and I just want to stop, I remember that like in 2 hours I can go and be outside and do all those things. And then I think a good checklist is to make sure you have resources when you get there to make these things an actualization. So if you don't know anybody where you're moving, then to make sure to reach out. So like I met one of my friends here through Instagram, and she's a yoga teacher. So that's a source for me in the wellness industry. So if you're moving and you're a wellness coach, how can you connect with other wellness people in the area? Or how can you connect with have like allies,
Yeah, for sure. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love that. Thank you.
I
All
think
right.
that's
And what would you say to someone who is on the fence about working with me?
just do it. I opened a credit card to work with you, remember? I told you that. And I really didn't have any extra money to spend. And then of course, pandemic hits. I'm basically like starting back at 0K salary. And I think intro might have paid around 4 or 5 something K to start. This is back then, and so I just opened a credit card and I put it on the credit card and paid it off as needed as I went throughout it. But it was the best investment I ever made, and for my business. And sometimes you have to take a leap to do those things. And then the more you think finances will get in your way, the more continue to get in your way. But if you just say, okay, like this is the opening for me to make the jump, and spending money makes money kind of thing, but putting it in the right, I stopped paying out stupid stuff and really honed in on what made it important. So I would say, like, if money is what's keeping you on the fence, then like you're limiting yourself, because money is going to be why you're doing this program, because you're going to just create abundance by saying, I'll just spend this and it will come back. I mean, I really think like within the second month of me working with you, I was able to pay the credit card back, so it's like, what was it worth? A couple months extra? Yeah. A little bit of, savings for a really good investment.
Yeah, and thank you so much for sharing all of that. Thank you so much. I didn't actually know that entire story, but how powerful is that?
Yeah.
You were just like, you know what, I'm just going to take a stand. I'm just going to do this. I'm trusting myself. I'm trusting this experience that I have with this other woman, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to make this work. And you made it work. So congratulations.
And also haven't had to put anything on my business credit card in the last 6 months, not even the last time that we re-upped the payment.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
And look at you, and you are literally living your dream life in Cabo, in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for everything that you've been doing. I can't wait to see where you're going.
Yeah,
And you're like a true testament to what you can do. I mean, you're doing health coaching, right? Like you're doing what you really want to do, living where you really want to live. So even just take for yourself this opportunity to be like, damn, I did it.
Yes.
I'm
Absolutely.
here, you know?
Hey, here, look. Oh.
Yeah, like gorgeous.
Yeah.
And so for everyone watching, you probably know that I have been promoting the rapid expansion method. I'm going to be teaching you literally everything that I taught Jaclyn in this program. It is 90 days. We are going to get you consistent, higher paying clients and really hit the income levels that you want to hit this year so that you can live the digital nomad life if that is something that you choose. But you can really just reach your full potential in your business and in your life as well. We have 3 spots left in this program. They are going quickly. And I would love to see you if you're watching in this program, because I know that we can create amazing magic together. So we're going to leave the, yeah, they're already here. So we have the link to the program in the comments. I do have some spots available tomorrow if you want to get on a call, but we are starting this week. Our first call is going to be on Thursday. So you want to make sure that you get in before that. It's going to be incredible. Okay.
It's like a group program, right?
This is a group, but it's a very small group.
Yes,
so it's going to
really
be
cool.
amazing amount of support. Like I already just uploaded my first module. I have this thing called Plan of Being, which is what I've done with you too. But I've now called it your Plan of Being. So like you have your to-dos and your systems and your strategies, but now let's also introduce what are your being plans, right? So it's kind of like what you said, I'm scheduling time for the beach in my schedule. Right. Everyone in this program is going to do that too, because that's a huge part of this as well, is doing it with less overwhelm and doing it for fun too, so that you're not just like beating yourself to the ground for your business. You're actually getting to enjoy your life as well.
Yeah, because that's so important. You know, why do you want to stress from thing to thing and literally like try to catch up on one day on the weekend, you know?
And we all came into business that we could have a more freedom-based lifestyle.
Yeah,
and
no
so
boss.
we need to implement the freedom-based lifestyle.
Right.
All right,
yeah.
My dear, is there anything else that you want to tell everyone?
Should I join the rapid expansion? Wait, I'm like always over trying to do it. No, I would just, yeah, like this is a great way to start working with Sarah too, you know, like to go into a group and then to have colleagues. So definitely if you're on the fence, just make it happen and do it and see how 3 months from now you could be living your dream life, you know?
And pay, like Jaclyn said, you know, like pay everything off within the second month, because that's how much you believe in yourself, and like that's how much it works.
Right. Absolutely. Love that.
Yay. Okay, Jaclyn, thank you so much for being here. Everyone else, we've left the links to the rapid expansion method below. Like I said, there's 3 spots left. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you, my dear.
Thanks.
Bye. Enjoy the beach.
Thanks.